network issue seems. Sorry, projection of lines. The midpoint of maybe 80 mm long is 80 mm in front of BP and 50 mm above HP. The straight line is inclined at 30 degree to HP, and 45 degree to BP. Draw its projections. Okay. So this is the problem which we are going to solve it today. Like, so what is the difference between this problem and the problem which we have discussed in the previous classes? First, I will ask this question. So whether you will see the true shape of the, true length of the line, either in the front view or top view?
No, sir.
No. The reason is the straight line is inclined both to the HP and PP. So it is inclined to both the planes. So in both the view, you will see the apparent length. Okay, so that's the first point. Then what else is the difference?
Middle point is given except the end point.
Yeah, so in our previous problems, like the projection of a straight line inclined to both the plane, what will happen? No, not even that. In all the problem, so we will assume any one of the end as a fixed point. Like for example, if this is the straight line, we will either fix this end or this end, and then we'll rotate. Okay, we will fix the ends. Whereas here, the midpoint is fixed. So fixed in the sense like the position of the midpoint is given. So that position should not be violated throughout the problem. For instance, the midpoint should always remain 80 mm in front of VP and 50 mm above HP. It should remain throughout the problem. So that means the midpoint is fixed. And by fixing the midpoint, you need to apply the true inclination and you need to draw the views. That is the front view and top view. Okay, is that clear? So that's the major difference. Okay, so what you can do is, so let's draw the reference line x and y. This will be my vertical plane and this will be my horizontal plane. Okay, so first what you need to do is you need to first draw the locus of midpoint. Okay, so the midpoint is 80 mm in front of VP. So the 80 mm will be visible in the front view or top view?
Sir, top
view. So top
view.
Yeah, top view. I hope by this time, like everyone would have been familiar with these concepts. So that 80 mm will be in front of, will be visible in the top view. So you draw a line. So let's name the midpoint as any alphabet. Let's take O. Okay. So this will be my locus of O because it's in the top view. Okay, so similarly, you need to fix the midpoint, the locus of, you need to draw the locus of midpoint in the front view. So that is 50 mm you go. So draw a line for 50 mm. Okay, and this will be my, actually, the space may not be sufficient. Draw it again. Should be locus of midpoint in the front view. So the midpoint will be named as O dash, and this is locus of O dash. Okay, so I drawn the line for locus. Okay, so in that you choose any one point. Okay, from that you draw a vertical line. So these two are the midpoints in the front view and top view. So this will be my O dash, and this will be my O. Okay, so we fix the midpoint. Okay, so next what you need to do is you need to draw the true length of the line for the given inclination. Okay, so that means with the available data we need to plot. Okay, so the 80 mm is inclined to 30 degree to HP. So if it is 30 degree to HP, that will be visible in the front view. Okay, so keeping this point as a midpoint, you need to draw a 80 mm line. So that means 40 mm will be this side and 40 mm will be this side at an inclination of 30 degree. Okay, so from here you draw a 30 degree line and you extend it on both the sides. Okay, so from center you measure 40 mm this side and 40 mm this side. Okay, so you will get the two ends. Okay, so the straight line is named as AB, that's given in the question. So this will be my A1 dash. The reason I am using A1 dash is, so this is not the final front view. So this is the true length. Okay. So what we usually do, the front view we will use A dash B dash. So this is the another line. So that's why I'm using A1 dash and B1 dash. Similar to this, I'm going to plot the straight line in the top view as well. So here it is mentioned as the straight line is 45 degree inclined to 45 degree inclined to VP. So I need to draw a line 45 degree inclined to VP, something like this.
Sir, we can incline this line in the opposite quadrants also, sir. How will we know that we have to draw it quadrant?
Can you say it again? Can you say it again?
Sir, we can draw this 45-degree line in the opposite way also.
Yeah, you can do. So nothing wrong in that.
It won't change the answer.
Yeah, it won't change that. Yeah, it won't change the answer. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So whether others able to understand his question, he said like instead of drawing this line in this orientation, why can't we draw like this? That is his question. So even if you do that, that will not change the final answer. Okay. I drawn the true length in the top view as well. So this will be my A1 and so next you need to draw the locuses for this line. So from A1 dash you draw horizontal line, something like this. And this will be my locus of A dash. From B1 dash you draw a horizontal line. And this will be my locus of B dash. And similar to that in the top view as well. So this will be my locus of B and locus of A. Okay. So any doubts till this?
No, sir. No, sir.
No. Okay. So okay. So I plotted the true length. Okay. So generally after plotting the true length, what we will do?
Using the rotatory method,
Sir, we will draw the arc.
After true length,
line.
we will project first.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Project and then we'll rotate. So if you do that, what we will get the projector length. Okay. So if we have projector length, we will do reverse. Okay. So here we have the true length. We need to project. Okay. In normal cases, so we will be projecting. If we are starting from locus of B, we will project it till which locus?
B dash. A
A
dash.
dash. Yeah, exactly. So if you're starting from B, we will project it till locus of A dash. But in the midpoint method, so irrespective of the starting point, we will project it till the locus of midpoint in the other view. Okay. So something like this. We will project it till locus of the midpoint in the other view. Something like this. Okay. So let's name this as B2 dash and A2 dash. Okay. So any doubts till this?
No, sir.
No.
No.
No, sir.
So next step is O dash and B2 dash as the radius. Yeah. And fold this. So next step is O dash and B2 dash as the radius. O dash as the center. You need to make an arc. Yeah. You need to make an arc something like this. Okay. And in the opposite side, O dash and A2 dash as the radius. So, but definitely both the radius will be same, right? So as the radius, you need to make an arc something like this. Okay. So if you do that, you will get two more points. So this is my B dash and this is my A dash. So you need to connect the A dash and B dash line. If you do properly, this line will pass through the midpoint. Okay, something like this. So this will be your front view. So any doubts?
No, sir.
No. So can someone say like how to take the top view?
We'll project the A1 dash, U dash on the locus of O.
Yeah, we'll project a locus of O something like this.
Yes, sir.
And after that,
Then we'll take the radius O. Then we'll name that A2 and B2 and take the radius of B2 the arc.
okay. So this will be the B2 and this will be the A2. So O B2 as radius, we will make an arc something like this. And here something like this. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So you will get a line. So that will be the front view, AB. Okay. So I hope most of you are clear with this, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll ask one question. So instead of rotating, making the arc in this direction, can we make an arc in this direction? What I'm saying is like, can we make something like this? And can we draw something like this?
Sir, we have named the locus. will draw the locus.
Your audio is not clear. Can you say it again?
Sir, we have made the locus of B above, so we have to draw the B point on the locus of B.
Yeah. So what he is saying is correct. See, if you do that, this will become my A1, A dash, and this will become B dash. But so this line corresponds to locus of A dash. So only A dash should come here. If you do it in the opposite direction, so the point will be reversed. So that's not right. You should not do that. In other ways, so the orientation of the front view will be similar to the orientation of the true length, portion of the true length. Okay. So if true length is something, true line is something like this, so there will be slight inclination, but the orientation will not change. Okay. So this is wrong. So I'll just undo it. You should not do in this way. Any doubt in this? I hope most of you are clear with this. Okay, I'll just give you 2 minutes. You copy this, okay? We write a problem. You try to solve this. So if not, like we'll discuss, okay? A straight line. Long. So can you try this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Everyone give a try. So maybe after 15 minutes we'll discuss this problem. Audio. I'm not able to hear properly. Can you say it again?
Sir, in this question, I think we are not going to represent the angle in the diagram.
No, actually, so this question, as I already told, the straight line is inclined to both HP and VP.
Yes, sir.
It's not a straight line, okay? Not perpendicular to HP VP. The straight line is inclined to both HP and VP.
Sir.
Yes. Rotating line method, you can solve. So because you need 5 data to solve a problem. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir. We have 5 data. Yes, sir.
Yeah, here we have 5 data. So the position of ends, and that is 2, and the front view length, top view length, and true length. 5 data is there. So we can solve. So you need a complete principle of rotating line method. If you want to refer that video, so you may understand.
Yes.
Angle will be greater than 90 degree, but so the inclination of both the ends will be less than 90 degree.
Okay, sir.
because see, if you consider that as a triangle, so it will be a right angle triangle obviously, because the one end touches HP, the other end P. So it's a right angle triangle.
Yes, sir. Sir, in
Okay, let me draw, like you will understand, because I know it's pretty confusing problem. It's not that difficult, but it's pretty confusing. Okay, let's start that. Okay, let me draw the reference line first. Okay, so see, look at here. They said like lower end in HP and upper end in VP. So that is important. Okay. So the name of the line, let's take just a moment. Okay, you need to remember one thing. So after completing, you look at this particular drawing. So the ends of the front view and top view. See, for example, let me draw with red color. So this is the end in the front view. This is the end in the top view, and end in the front view, top view. So the ends will be in the straight line. So okay, so that should not be violated. So the end projectors after end projectors of the front view and top view should be in the straight line. Okay, so many tried that, but you violated this. Okay, so let's take a straight line AB. Okay, let's take the A as lower end and B as upper end. Okay, so they said that the lower end is on HP. Okay, so so in which view it will be visible, whether it touches the HP or not, whether that will be visible in the front view or top view. I'll say it again. See, one end of the line touches HP. Okay, so whether it is touching the HP or not, so that will be visible in the front view or top view.
Front view.
sir,
Front view.
Front view. Okay, that's correct. So whether everyone is able to visualize that?
Yes.
yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, so that will be visible in the front view. So I'm going to mark a point in the front view. Okay, so it's in the front view, right? And also it is the lower end. So I'm going to name this with A dash. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So I know the top view length and front view length. Okay. So top view length and front view length. Okay. So let's write the locuses also. So this reference line will be my locus of A dash. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the second point says that the upper end is in VP. Okay. So upper end means end B, that is in VP. So that will be visible in the front view or top view?
Top view.
Top view. Okay, but
Top view.
the position is not clear, but it will be visible in the top view. So visible in the top view means again that will be touching the reference line. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that means this will be my locus of B. Yeah. So this is the first point. So we fixed two locuses. Next. So I have the front view and top view. Can I plot the front view and top view somewhere here? I know A dash, the one end A dash. So can I draw the front, can I plot the front view and top view somewhere here? So you look at this particular drawing. So I know A dash. So what is this distance. No, it's not, sorry, not this one. This one. What is this distance?
So this distance will be 80.
I mean, it's front view length or top view length?
Top view,
It will be the top view length, sir.
front view length.
Don't confuse. Think carefully and say whether this length is a top view length or front view length.
Front view, sir, front view.
Front view.
So you can plot the front view length on the locus of A dash. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
So here the front view length is 70. So A dash you mark at point of 70. So this will be my B1 dash. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So and after that, what you used to do? So after getting the front view length, you will rotate. So keeping A dash as the center, you rotate something like this with a radius of 70. Am I correct? Yes.
Sir, explain once again.
So which point?
That B1 dash.
So how the B1 dash comes here? See, look,
B2 dash, B dash.
yeah, B1 dash. See, look at this. In the locus of A dash line, this distance measures the front view length. Okay, so you will get, see, because what happens, you will project and then rotate, right? So you will project, when you projected, you will get the front view length. So the rotation will help you to find the angle, okay, not the length, because this arc is going to transfer the same length at a different angle. So this angle transfers this length to a distance of theta, I mean the angle of theta. Okay, so that means the front view length will be available in this locus of A dash line. So here this is the locus of A dash line. So I just plotted the front view length of 70 mm here. Okay, next. So next, let's take the true length, that is 100 mm. So keeping this as center, let me mark 100 mm somewhere here. Okay, I don't know the position exactly, but I'll mark the 100 mm. Okay. See, my question is, if I have the true length here, what I will do? See, assume that I have an imaginary true length here in the front view. So what I will do? I'll project and rotate, right?
Yes, sir.
So this will be my locus B dash. So till which point I will project?
Locus of
A.
Sir, to meet the straight line upper.
What can you say it again?
Sir, we will extend it to meet the straight line that is drawn.
Yeah, we will extend it straight line. Yeah. So okay. So that is one point. Okay, one more thing. So I have this 80 mm. Okay. So can we do something with this 80 mm? Can we do something with this 80 mm? Can we plot it somewhere here? So coming back to this, okay. So this is my top view. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
So to get the top view, what I did, I projected from B2 dash to B1. That means from locus of B dash to locus of A. I projected, and after that I rotated. Okay. Am I right? Are you able to follow? I think you people are struggling a little bit.
Sir, the diagram right side is not clear.
Oh, what doubt is
Which
okay? Start again first. Okay. Okay, then I will do one thing. I will make a video of this and I will share with you. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think that will be better because maybe even because of the network issue, you people are not able to follow. That's not an issue. I will make a video about this and I will share with you. So that will be okay. Okay. So other than this, so you are clear with the projection of straight lines, right? Other than this problem, forget about this. This is somewhat a special case.
yes,
So other than this, you people are clear with this, right?
yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So with this, like I am closing projection of straight lines. Okay. So probably today I will make a video, or tomorrow I will make a video and I will share with you people. Okay. So in assignment 7, so probably there will be 3 questions on projection of straight lines and 3 questions on the projection of planes, which I am going to discuss now. Okay. So there will be 6 problems. So 3 from projection of straight lines and 3 from projection of planes. Okay. So till now we completed projection of points. So that is 0 dimension. Then straight lines, that is 1 dimension. So now we are going to move towards projection of planes, that is a regular plane. Regular plane in the sense the polygons, okay, which has 2 dimensions, the length and breadth. Okay. Again, the projection of planes can be of 2 types. One is a simple case. Here the simple case means if you are able to see the true shape and just a moment, true shape and true size. So then in any one of the view, either in the front view or top view, so then it is called simple case. Whereas if you are not able to see the true shape in the front view and top view, then it is called like it will be like inclined planes with surface inclination. Planes with surface inclination. If a plane is having surface inclination, then you will not see the true shape in either the front view or top view. So in that case, you need to use change of position method to solve the problem. Okay, I mean to take the projection. Okay, so these are the 2 cases we are going to see. Okay, so let's start with a simple case. Okay, so before going into that, so till now we were talking about the true length. That means it's nothing but true size. Okay, so from here onwards we will be talking about one more term, that is called true shape. What is meant by true shape? Any idea? True size means if it is 100 mm, you should see 100 mm. So then it is called you are seeing true length. Okay, but what is meant by true shape?
Sir,
The original shape of the plane.
original.
One by one. Can you say it again?
Original shape of the plane.
Yeah, shape should not be how to say deformed or distorted. Something like if it is a rectangle, it should look like a rectangle. It should not look like a square. Can a rectangle can look like a square? Is that possible?
Yeah, sir, it's projected in a different way.
Yeah, if it is inclined at some angle, it will look like a square. Yeah, that's possible. So it should not look like a square. Or if it is how to say, if it's a right angle triangle, it should look like a right angle triangle. It should not look like how to say, yeah, isosceles triangle or equilateral triangle. Okay, something like that. So the shape, it should not be how to say deformed. A circle should look like circle. It should not look like ellipse. Okay, so if it exactly looks like the actual shape, then it is called true shape. And if the actual dimension is visible, it's called true size. If in any one of the view, if the true shape and size is visible, then so that particular case is called simple case. Okay, but whenever you have a surface inclination, then you will not be able to see the true shape and size in the front view and top view. So in that case, you need to start use change of position method. So this we will be seeing in the next class. Okay, so it will take more than 1 hour to complete. So today in today's class we will talk only about the simple case. Okay. So let me show you a video. Yeah. So whether the screen is visible, whether the YouTube video is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the problem. You look at here. A pentagonal plane of side 25 mm is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. Draw its projections when one of its side is parallel and 25 mm in front of VP and 30 mm above HP. So this is the problem. Okay. So they have given two set of data. One is about the orientation of the plane. Okay. The second is about the position of the plane. Okay. So they have given two set of data. So first, what you need to do is you need to position your plane in the quadrant. Okay, so we know, right, we are following first angle projection, so we need to position the plane in the first quadrant. Okay, let's see here. So first what I'm going to do is, so this is the, I mean it's not clearly visible. Yeah, so this is the pentagonal plane. It's actually white color chart paper I made, so it's in the white color background, so it's not clearly visible. Is it visible to you, the pentagonal plane?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. It is usual.
Corners. Okay. So see, for example, this is the sides. Okay, and intersection of two sides are nothing but the corners. Okay. So what it is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. Okay. So let's see how it works. I'll try to fix it with the quadrant system. Okay. So the plane is parallel to HP. So if it is parallel to HP, it will be something like this in this orientation. So they call it parallel to HP. Okay. And when the plane is parallel to HP, obviously the plane will be perpendicular to VP. Okay. So the plane is parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP. Okay. Are you able to fix?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, for example, if a plane is parallel to VP, then what will be its orientation with respect to HP?
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular to it. Yeah. So that is the basics. Yeah. So we position the orientation of the plane. Like I mean, like the orientation we fix. Next, its projection where one of its side is parallel to VP. Okay. So it has 5 sides, right? So in that, one of its sides should be parallel. So let me show that. So look at here. So there are 5 sides. Okay, you need to choose any one side, and that side should become parallel. Okay, and also it should be 25 mm in front of EP. So you need to make it parallel and 25 mm in front of EP. So I can do it this way as well. But what will happen? So the length of the pentagon will be greater than 25, right? So if I keep this plane, I mean this side parallel to VP, what will happen? When you make it 25 mm in front of VP, this pentagonal plane will cross the vertical plane. Am I right? So this is not possible. So what I need to do is I need to make the nearest side parallel to VP, something like this. So now I made that side parallel to VP. Okay. So next, the same side should be 30 mm above HP. Okay. So while applying the subsequent condition, the area condition should not be violated. In the sense, the plane should remain parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP after applying the position. Okay. So, position of the plane. It looks something like this. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Whether you will be able to see the true shape and size in any one of the view? If so, which view?
In the top view, we are going to see the original shape.
In top view, you will be seeing the true shape. What about size? Whether you will be seeing the true size? Yes, someone audio is like, so there is some disturbance. Can you check? So in which view you will get the true shape?
In the
Top view, okay. And also you will see the true size, okay. So next, what about in the front view? In front view, what you will see?
Straight line.
Straight line.
Points. Yes, sir. Straight.
Sir,
Straight line. But that straight line is not known, right? We can calculate obviously, but so the question it is not given, right? Okay. So in that case, what you need to do is you need to start with the view where true shape is visible. Okay. So in this problem, the true shape is visible in the front view. Top view, right? So you need to start with that. Okay. So first I will be.
sir, in the front,
What?
sir, in the front view, we will get a point or a straight line.
Straight line. How you will get a point? You will get a straight line, right?
Sir, because in the front view, only one vertex will be visible to us. That will be pointed toward us.
No, but that vertex is like achieved by convergence of two sides, right? So those
Yes.
nothing but straight lines.
Okay, sir.
You're getting my point.
Yes, sir.
Or else you take a sheet of paper and see from the front and top.
Yes, sir.
Everyone try to visualize that. Take a sheet of paper. I hope you will be having a sheet of paper, right? You try to position it parallel to HP and perpendicular to VP, and you just observe what you are seeing. So you can do that, okay? So maybe you can do it afterwards. So we'll start that. So first I will draw the reference line. So then I'll start with the view where the true shape is visible. So that means I'll start with the top view. So the next question is, in the top view, whether the 25 mm distance will be visible or 30 mm will be visible. Yeah, 25 mm in front of, so that distance will be visible. Okay. So the reason why I'm asking these questions are, so these are important because always this may lead to confusion. So every time if you could think, like, you will get used to this concept. So what I will do is, from the reference line, I'll mark a point at 25 mm and I will draw the pentagon such a way that one side should be parallel. So this side I'm keeping parallel to VP. See, one of its side is parallel and 25 mm in front of VP. So I am keeping this side as parallel to VP. Okay. So then I need to name it. So you can use either alphabet or numbers. So if I'm using alphabet, the top view I should use small letters, and for front view I should use the dashes of the small letters. Okay.
Sir, sir, your audio is lagging.
Actually, I muted my YouTube. I'm talking. I'm just giving explanation here. So then what you need to do is you need to project from the ends. Project from the ends. See, if you see from the front view, what you will see? You will see a straight line, but the length of the straight line will be like, so there will be two end products. So that will project the ends of the pentagon. Okay. So it will project the ends of the pentagon, and so for that you will see a straight line. Okay. So let me show here. Yeah, so if you see from here, whether the point E will be visible.
No, sir.
No.
No, sir, in the diagram, it will not be visible.
Well, how you are saying? See, look at this.
Yes, sir. Point E will be visible, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me show it. Let me clarify that.
Be visible.
For instance, top view, I mean front view, assume that you are seeing from here. So if you see from here, whether this corner will be visible,
Visible?
this will be visible.
Yes, sir.
What about this one?
Visible, sir.
Visible. So what about these two? What about these two corners?
Won't be visible.
Not visible.
Not visible.
The
Yeah,
back.
yeah, it will be just behind. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Okay, any doubts in this? Okay, I hope no. So next you need to dimension this. So there are three dimensions given in the question. One is side of the pentagon. So then in front of distance and above distance. So you need to mention those three dimensions. If you do that, you will get something like this. So the size of side of the pentagon and the in front of distance and above distance. Okay. So this is how you need to draw the, how to say, the projection of the pentagon for this particular problem. Okay. I hope you are clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, my question is, yeah, tell me. So do you have any doubts?
No, no, sir.
Okay, so I have shown a question here. Okay, you just tell me whether the true shape will be visible in front view or top view. You read the question and tell me whether this belongs to simple case or not.
Sir, the true shape won't be visible.
True shape will not be visible.
Yes, sir.
True shape will be
Yes, sir.
true shape will be visible on front view.
What about others? Will be visible or not?
Will be
Because
Visible on front view, sir.
visible on front view.
So few say not visible. Why are you saying that? Can you explain?
Sir, because it is inclined at an angle. So in both the view, we are not getting the original.
Okay, okay. What you are saying is, see, I'll ask you a question. See, so this is the base. Assume that I have a square, something like this. Okay. So one side of the square is parallel to the base now. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt something like this at 45 degree. So I'm going to tilt one base 45 degree, something like this. So whether we are seeing the true shape here or not.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I told. So when you are making a surface inclination, then the true shape will not be visible. Whereas the edge inclinations will not deform the plane. Okay, you need to press that. Okay, so the true shape will be visible. In which view it will be visible?
Front view, sir.
Front view, exactly.
Front view, sir.
Okay. So still someone has whether everyone is they understand or still someone have any problem with this?
No,
So
sir.
if so, I can explain. Okay, I hope you are clear, right? Okay. So so with this, I am closing today's class. Okay. So I'll take the assignments shortly. Okay, so there will be 6 questions, 3 from projection of straight lines and 3 from projection of planes. Okay,
Okay, sir.
okay, thank you.